This your boy Fro.
Man, it's your boy Ian, man. We just jumped out the pools with dirty glove bastard.
I went from the rag to rich to fact, not fishing no fans, and now got the paying attention put on for my city. You know I'ma get him. You can't get the strength.
All right, y'all. So we have Fro and Enz off the porch with us today.
What's up?
How are you guys feeling?
Man, I'm great, man.
I'm good, man.
I'm good. We in the A, man.
Yeah, in the land of the living.
For sure.
We blessed.
Good,
Now,
man.
you mentioned the traffic is crazy right now here, and you know it's only gonna get worse because everybody's moving here. I do wanna ask, would y'all ever think about moving to Atlanta?
No.
I'm straight.
In
Traffic
and
is
out.
crazy.
In and out. It's too many people.
Man, it's too many, man. Y'all gotta evict somebody. It's too many people.
Oh my gosh. So what do y'all usually do when y'all are in Atlanta?
Yeah. For me, like I said, man, when I'm in Atlanta, it's shopping, hitting up your studios. Like I love to record at Patchwork, so I like coming down here. And just the hub of producers is different from Memphis. A lot of the opportunities y'all got, we simply don't have. You know, not only that, but coming to shop, y'all got quality clothes that we don't got either.
Yeah, so for me, I'm just grinding. You know what I mean? Like I ain't really in too many stores. You know what I mean? I'm just grinding. You know, when I push out, when the times I have came to Atlanta, you know, I mean, it's just been strictly about the business. Just man, trying to network, trying to push, trying to grind. You know what I mean? So yeah. Sure.
And y'all are from Memphis, correct?
So,
Right.
Memphis.
So what was life like for y'all in Memphis?
You want to go first?
I mean, for me, man, you know, it's I tell people all the time, man, Memphis Memphis can be the gutter, you know what I mean? Like for real, like, but you know, man, for me, man, by the grace of God, you know what I mean, I was able to stay out of trouble, as far as, you know what I mean, just still be alive, you know what I mean? So man, it's the real deal. Man, you know, when you talk about that platform of people, man, you know, ready to handle the business, you know what I mean? So man, it was hard, but you know, God, He did it, you know what I mean? He protected us, man, and kept us, so, you know, for sure.
For me, it's a little bit different because I did get in trouble. And it's everything he said it is it's the gutter. To me, it's the mecca of streets, you know, but it's because of it that I am who I am, man. The streets cultivated me, gave me my grind, it gave me discipline. So I'm grateful for it. So it's because of the darkness of Memphis that I got an opportunity to see the light.
Yeah,
right.
For sure.
Now, how would you describe the current state of Memphis, from the music scene to the overall living right now?
From my perspective, it depends. Because my folks, my family been in the streets all my life. So finances wasn't necessarily a issue. So I don't understand the poverty mindset, if that makes sense. But as far as Memphis, man, we the hottest thing in the game right now. We running it right now. And for me and Fro, we just want the world to know that, hey, Christian hip hop is where it's at too. And if y'all see everybody else popping, but we popping too, you know what I mean?
For sure.
As we all know that Memphis is really the hub for hip hop, but in y'all's perspective, could y'all talk about the impact of Memphis that it has on hip hop?
I mean, Memphis has, man, really, pushed to the front. And like I said before, man, you know, they are putting out, man, the true Memphis, man, you know, that real gutter reality. You know what I mean? And it's crazy how, you know, Memphis has stepped up to the forefront, and man, really taken over. You know what I mean? And but like me and Enz tell you, man, we not knocking none of those guys, but we are here to show a light. Yeah. You know what I mean? So Memphis is in the front, but we are trying to come and show that, man, it's still something else in Memphis too. That, man, it's a light there. You know what I mean? And so even as a lot of the guys are doing what they're doing, man, it's people like me and Enz, man, that we in the streets, we pushing hard, man, we trying to save some of these young men who follow behind some of the stuff that ain't cool, you know what I mean? And so, man, you know, so like I say, right now, you know what I mean, Memphis is you know, that city as far as the music go, but, you know, we got people that, man, that's really trying to change because, you know, we going into the prisons, man, we seeing what's going on, you know what I mean, and seeing these young boys getting killed, you know, man, he just did a funeral You know what I mean? Like, and so, man, we are the light right now in the city, for sure.
And you guys are also huge supporters of Memphis underground sound scene.
Right.
How do you feel Memphis will be able to shed more light on the underground artists in the city?
Of Memphis?
Yes.
To me, we're doing it already. Majority of the hip hop artists in Memphis, they already have a core fan base where they're making finances off of it already, even without them going mainstream. Majority of them are at least in 15 to 20 markets, with some would call the quote unquote the chilling circuit, where they're making $2,500 to $5,000 a show. So I think that we have been the standard for that for years. From your 8-Ball and MJG and 3 6 to Tila James,
Spanish
Player Fly, Gangsta
yeah.
Black.
Come on.
These guys have been doing this stuff without going mainstream for years.
And I tell people all the time, Memphis is that city that, man, while other cities were trying to get deals, man, we was putting tapes in stores, man, and man, getting $7 a pop, man, selling 10,000 of them for real. You know what I mean? So Memphis has always been that city where you would take a artist and you would be like, man, this man got a real car, he got a real house. You know what I mean? He ain't got no deal. You know what I mean? And he put them in the stereo shops and man, Memphis supporting it. You know what I mean? So man, Memphis been that city, man, where man, it was Mississippi, it was Tennessee, Arkansas, Mississippi, man. Them boys ate back in the day, and it's still some now that we still getting it for sure.
Absolutely.
And I feel like with Memphis, like you guys have learned to be successful without more so the mainstream sound. Yeah. And what were some tactics that you guys are able to do to where y'all can be successful without having to use so much of the mainstream audience?
For me, it's learning the business. I just believe in marketing. Even if you're not the best artist, with programming, people gonna like you. So if you consistently put a brand or a product in somebody's face, they gonna like it. It's just like with radio, when you hear the same song 10 times an hour, it's programming them, you know. So what Memphis has figured out how to do is hustling. And we continue to put our product in their face over and over and over until you have no other choice but to like it.
Yeah. And then I was saying, Memphis got their own sound.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? We just got our own sound. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one of them sounds, man, you just can't deny. You know what I mean? So it's different. You know what I mean? I remember back in the day how, man, Memphis, man, artists, man, put music out into the streets, and we didn't listen to nothing but Memphis sound. Man. You know what I mean? Like if you was from Memphis, man, we was Memphis sound, and we ain't listen to nobody else outside of Memphis. You know what I mean? So Memphis is its world. It's a city that has its own world. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? For sure.
Yeah.
And in that case, would you say that Memphis is pretty supportive when it comes to the artists?
We're just getting to that place.
Okay.
Yeah, but because the street thing is a real thing in Memphis. Mm-hmm. So we're just now getting to a place where we're able to connect and network with each other. Now the Christian world is a little different. Now we're just speaking on the secular side. So they're just now getting to a place where they're able to come around because their beef stuff is serious. Gang life is real in Memphis. And that's why I want us to come in, and we're doing that already, and just showing a different light. Like, we don't have to kill each other. We can get some money together, and we can celebrate God, you know what I mean? And you can still have swag and charisma, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And I love that y'all are actually like being active in the streets and ministering to like these young people, because when I say we need it, oh my gosh.
We need it.
It's getting reckless.
Oh man.
Because one thing I would say is the artists talk about all the dark side, but you don't talk about what come with this. Right. So I've been to prison. I done made my mama cry and made them have to sign, sell cars and sell fish plates. Why you want to put your mama through that? The police seize all your money and you ain't got nothing to get. Why you want to do that? So I just want to be that person to tell them you don't have to take that route. It's another route to take, and it's God.
For sure.
And getting back into y'all's early life, what were some things that y'all went through that y'all thought y'all would never make it out of?
Man, I think for me, man, probably boosting clothes, man. Like
I didn't know about that.
Like, man, yeah, man. It seemed like I was addicted or something.
I didn't know
what I mean?
that.
Like I just had to have the Tommy, man, the Ralph, man, and And I would, and I tell people all the time, man, like I thought, man, that was gonna be the death of me, you know what I mean? Because I really rock with that Tommy, man, and I come from the era of when one Tanger outlet, you know what I mean? Where man, the Tommy shirts, man, them jumps was $90.
Woo!
You feel me? $89. You
Some
know what I
of
mean?
them still like
yeah,
that.
for sure. You know what I'm saying? Polo was $100. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I had to have it. Mama couldn't just get it. You know what I mean? Like I would have liked her to, but so I went and did what I did. So I just felt like it was part of my life where I felt like, man, it was gonna be the death of me.
I didn't.
You know what? Okay, so a lot of people do not see stealing as an addiction, but that's like a real life addiction.
For sure. Nah, for sure.
I can understand why though. Like I don't gotta pay for this. You mean I could go in here and pull this out the rack and put it in my shirt, or either go sell it. That's an easy profit, and but just to piggyback off what he was saying, for me it was a dope game. Selling drugs is an addiction. Mm-hmm. You mean to tell me I ain't gotta pay no taxes?
Man, come on.
Man, I can trap all night long.
Come on.
I'm talking about sell everything.
Come on.
And if somebody come in here, I got this Draco, I ain't worried about nothing. It just make you feel so, it's a rush.
Oh, yeah, it is.
And for me, prison was the best thing that ever happened to me. Because it took all that freedom away from me. It made me feel, it deflated me. So I don't want to never feel that again. And anything that jeopardizes my freedom, I don't want to do it. Yeah. And anybody that ain't never been to jail, you don't want to do that, man. I'm
talking about when I go to the prison to do ministry there, I hear the behind the scenes of the boy who ain't getting nothing on his books. How he can't take care of his daughter, he can't take care of his son, how he miss his mama, he crying for real.
Grown men.
Come on, man.
I done seen them, boo-hooing, big tough guys.
Come on.
You on a robbery charge, you ain't crying.
Can't make bond.
$100 bond.
Man, ain't nobody putting nothing on it.
You can't get a cheat.
It's a whole nother life.
Yeah,
you
man.
Know what I mean?
It ain't worth it.
Nah, man. Come on, man. It's freedom, man. Freedom is beautiful.
Man,
you know what I mean?
I like
playing
playing hide and go seek with my kids.
Come on, man. Raising them babies, man.
I get a kick out of it.
Come on.
Yes.
We love the kids.
Yeah, come on. Come on.
Now, what advice would you give to youth who feel like they're in situations that they'll never be able to get through?
Man, I know this might sound like the typical answer, but I promise you, man, God is the way. Yeah. But you have to seek Him. Yeah. You have to want Him. It's not just it isn't this thing that He's just gonna fall on top of you. He can. But you still got to put the work in and go chase Him, go find Him, because He's there. You know what I mean? Like, you got to get in your scripture, man. You got to ask people, man, I need help. You know what I mean? Tell people I need help. You know what I mean? I need godly help. You know what I mean? And so, man, I would say, man, and I know that's the answer that, folks, man, come on, man. Nah, it's the truth. But when you seek Him and you find Him, man, He'll bless you for sure.
Yeah, I would say that peer pressure comes with everything. Outside of doing Christian hip hop, I pastor a church. So that's a question I hear all the time. But the reality is, man, the Bible says faith without works is dead. And even after you even say yes to God, it's going to be chaos and turmoil. But if it ain't chaos or turmoil, that means God ain't working. But adversity is designed to make you discoverable. And if you're dealing with something you think you can't get out of, the truth of the matter is you can. You're just stuck in your own head. And a lot of times we trick ourselves out of God. We trick ourselves out of our own destiny. And it's just us being in our head. And I say this to make it even clearer. Whenever you're in new territory you've never been exposed to, you don't know how to move. You've never been there. So you got to surround yourself with people that have been there. Yeah. And a lot of times we get stuck in places because we're around people that ain't never been nowhere. So you don't got no better navigating you. And we don't listen to God. We don't wait on God. We trust Siri, but we won't wait on God. We put navigation in and we wait on her and to say and tell us where to go, but we won't wait on God. And that's the whole issue. If you wait on God, but do a little work while you waiting, God will navigate it.
All right, come on.
Woo! I got the chills. Oh my God, you are speaking right now.
That's what's up. Yeah.
And Enz, now you're a pastor, like you mentioned before. Yeah. Being that you came from a street background, what was the transition like from you going from the streets to becoming a pastor?
The crazy part is, as trappy as I look, as street as I may look, I knew I was gonna be a pastor my whole life. Even while selling drugs, I'd be the guy that fired a cush up and started talking about Jesus. I'm talking about in the middle of the trap, I'm putting weed on the scale. And I'm talking about Jesus. I knew I was gonna be a pastor my whole life. It wasn't a hard transition. What I couldn't accept is people talking about me. The Bible said a prophet is not welcome in his own home amongst friends and family. So I was too busy on trying to get everybody around me to believe me, when really I ain't even believe myself, you know? So once I shift my mindset and say, you know what, God, I don't care what nobody else say. Whatever you want me to do, I'm gonna do just that, you know? And once I did that, it was an easy process because I already knew church. But the thing is, and that's how most of us are, we know how to do the formalities. We know how to function, but we don't really know God. So that's when you get all these fake preachers and all this fake stuff, and then you will see somebody like me and they'll call me fake because I can look in the mirror and I know who I am, and they don't. You know what I mean? So it's and anybody that want to be a preacher, I think you insane if you want to do this, man. But if God called you to do it, do it. Do it now. Don't wait like I did. Get up and go do it. Somebody's life depending on you.
Man.
So as Fro had mentioned, like you guys are in the streets and like ministering to the youth.
Yeah.
So starting out, when people came up to you and like ministered to you at first, were you accepting of it, or were you kind of just like...
I always listened to it because I always was convicted because I really love God. So my partners would be like, I don't feel like hearing this. And me, I'd be all ears. Every time. I never ran from God. It was I wanted a dope boy lifestyle. I wanted to be a big boy rapper. So you can't be with Jesus and be a secular artist. So, and it was tricking me out of that. Yeah. And believe it or not, I got more opportunities and more finances as a Christian rapper than I ever did as a secular artist. All I had to do was tell God yes. You know, and be for real about it. If you say yes, every dream, everything I wanted to do as a secular artist, God made happen as a Christian rapper faster because I was sincere, not because I was just functioning, but my heart in the right place and my hands clean.
Yeah. Ooh, I know that's right. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And for you, would you say this? Were you accepting to it when people were ministering to you, or were you kind of just like, nah?
Yeah. So for me, I was the dude who'd be like, bro, I ain't trying to hear this, man. Like, I'm trying to roll, man. Like, listen, man, we good. You know what I mean? That was me. I feel like just being in the projects, man, I felt like God wasn't real to a certain extent.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I felt like if God is so real, why these things happen? You know, why this dude mama on crack? Why is daddy in jail? Why homie down the street get killed? Like I feel like God wasn't real. I feel like it was foolishness to a certain extent. So I was the dude who was like, man, come on. You know what I mean? like man, I ain't trying to hear that, man. You know what I mean? Folks out here, man, they losing their life, and you telling me about God. You feel me? Where is he? You know what I mean? But man, he came in my living room, man, one night, man, and changed it. You know what I mean? The spirit, man, came in there, man, and convicted me. Did something to me, you know what I mean? And I was changed. I wasn't perfect, but I was changed. The things I used to do, I was like, man, I'm good on that. You know what I mean? And my partners, now they would be like, man, for real, you done? Like, man, I'm done, man. You know what I mean? Like, and I had to remove myself until I got where I was able to go back and share the gospel. You know what I mean?
Wow.
But before, man, I was with the mess. You know what I mean? When it came to, is God real? Or, you know, you want to speak to me about God. You know what I mean? But I watched him work in my life. For sure.
Now, you know, this generation is a little bit more stubborn when it comes to going to church. Yeah. And a lot of us, not gonna lie, have strayed away from the church just due to like the negative things that we hear about it. Yeah. So in y'all's perspective, why do you feel like nowadays the church has so many negative opinions? Not
relevant. Mm-hmm. We don't know nothing about young people, but you trying to make me come and put Jesus down my throat. You don't know our struggles. They're just not relevant. They don't understand culture. Yeah. And then you got rappers that's successful, but the only person shining at the church is the preacher. And the only way you shine is by me giving you my finance. I'm not doing it. I'm just saying from a young person perspective. Mm-hmm. I'm not doing that. And you're not loving on me. I just believe if you love somebody, you have no other choice but to be vulnerable to you. Yeah. And the only reason I haven't always knew that, me being a pastor has taught me that. About real love. Like, you really have to love somebody or they're not coming. You know what I mean? And I'm young too, but you know, it's just not, it's lack of relevancy.
Yeah.
Preachers don't know, but you want to preach to me.
Yeah.
You want to hold my flaws and sins over my head, but you ain't telling me how to get out of it. Yeah. So an older person would say, you want to rebuke me, but you don't want to restore me. So you want to point out everything wrong with me, but you don't want to tell me how to get out of it. Yeah. And because of that, the church has lost the youth.
Yeah. Culture. It's just this that we haven't researched the culture and took our time to be able to see, you know, what we need to do to be able to cater to the way they get down. You know what I mean? So culture for sure.
And I really want y'all to explain how God can use someone who doesn't have the typical religious background to speak to others about him.
Man, we're living witnesses. Look at us. We don't look like no preachers. Cause I swear I got that drip. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, but I think God can use anybody. In the Bible, he used donkeys. He let Paul be in prison. He said he felt the greatest experience from God in midnight and worshiping him in jail. Yeah. And watch this. I had never heard that scripture until I went to jail, but it's in the Bible. Whores, all these people, killers. It doesn't. God can use whoever he wants whenever he get ready. If you just say yes and your yes is sincere, right where you are, you ain't got to be in no pulpit. You ain't got to be in no church, man. But if you really got God in your heart, you can help somebody. Man. And another thing we go wrong at is we think we got to be perfect to tell somebody the right thing. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Yeah. And I don't care how messed up you are. Matter of fact, because you messed up, I want you to tell me, what did you do to get in there and how did you get out? So I can avoid all that. I don't want to go through that, you know? For sure.
And getting into your church is the Holy Impact Empowerment Center. How long have you had it for and how did it come about for you?
I've been pastoring 4 years. Like I said, I knew I was going to be a pastor my whole life, but it was a fallback plan. If rap don't work, I'm going to go be a preacher. You know, that was the wrong mentality. And God convicted me so bad, like he tore my world up for playing with him. You know, for playing with, I'm telling you, man, this Holy Spirit is real. You can't play with God. He's the all-knowing. You can't outsmart him. But long story short, I served as assistant pastor to a couple of pastors, administrative pastor, and I was bringing youth in. I did all that kind of work, and God just came to me one night and said, man, it's your time to go out. The Bible says, study to show thyself approved so you can rightfully divide the word of God. And I wanted to make sure that I had everything it took to do it first, because a lot of young people do it because they want the money. But truth of the matter is, it ain't no money in no church like that. It ain't no money. You got to really have the heart to do this, and then God will bless you. I mean, finance has been coming out of nowhere, but we've been established 4 years. It ain't been easy. I think it just started getting good probably the 3rd year. It hadn't been easy, man, but you got to really want to do the work, and God got to really call you to do it. It ain't no get rich quick scheme. It's not that, you know, and I hate the stigmatization on the church and think that we making a lot of money like that when we not. We really got to get out here and hustle. So that's why I'm so glad that I'm really from the streets. So my grind is still there, you know.
And you're like really accepting of who is allowed to come into your church. Why did you set it up that way?
Because somebody accepted me. And then when I first came, even though I grew up in a Baptist church, so the protocol is totally different from a Pentecostal or a holiness church. It's just service the women ain't wearing no pants, and it just was different. So the pastor that got me to fall in love with God again had swag. You know, he didn't wear suits all the time. He wore Jordans, but he was a holiness preacher. And I had never seen that before. I never seen it in my life. Like, man, I thought I was supposed to wear a robe every Sunday, because I had been taught with traditionalism and no biblical knowledge. You know, it was what you call spiritual colloquialisms that had been passed down year after year, but the pastor didn't have no education. So once I retaught and relearned everything I did, I said, man, I want to be a light for young people to let them know, man, that we can have swag, because I'm going to rock Gucci. I'm going to cop the new J's. We're going to buy a Miri. all that. And the church don't need to say nothing because I deserve to be blessed. I work extremely hard. But I want young people to know that, man, if you fall in love with God, man, the cares of the world don't mean nothing. You can be blessed. You can chase your dreams. You can be a rapper and still come to church. You know what I mean? You can be an actor and still chase your dreams. And I just want to be a dream seller. You know what I mean?
Now, as a person who can stray away from God sometimes, how important is it for you to keep your faith in God working in this industry?
Go ahead, now that you do that.
For me, it's very imperative that you do that. Because if you lose sight of what the real goal is, and then you're going to lose your soul. That makes sense? If you forget what we're really doing this for, God ain't going to let you be blessed. You can attain all the apparatuses you want. You can have more degrees than a thermometer. But if you lose sight of what the real goal is, all the stuff that you deem to be a blessing will turn to a curse. So
can you repeat that one more time?
So all the stuff that you think will be a blessing, God will make sure it'll be a curse to you.
Yeah. And I tell people all the time, I tell the young folks all the time that the devil blessing too.
Absolutely.
Don't get it twisted. He took Jesus on top of a hill and said, "Man, I give you everything. I just need you to bow down and worship me." And I think sometimes we miss that. The devil blessing too. If you working for the enemy, hey, the enemy will pay you. But at the end of the day, man, it's gonna cost you.
Better know it.
So it is true that you, man, try to stay on that right path, because you never know the day or the hour. They say he coming like a thief in the night. You feel me? And we know when a thief come, man, it's ugly.
I know you was a thief.
Come on, it's ugly. He coming to steal.
Yeah,
You feel me?
yeah, man.
So man, you know, it's key that you fight to stay on that path, because man, the enemy blessing him, man, he good at sidetracking. That's what he want to do. He want to sidetrack you so he can get you off course and get you in his field. And then, man, you look around and you trying to figure out what's going on.
Another thing I'll pick it back on, the real war is against somebody that already been where we trying to go. The devil the overall goal is to get to the land of milk and honey. And the devil already been there. So we fighting with somebody that's already been where we trying to go. So what do you do when somebody already know all the tactics?
Man.
So in order to beat him, you gotta have God. You can't do it by yourself. And if you think you can, you got to be out your mind. Buddha can't do it. Muhammad can't do it. Nobody but God.
Man, ooh, y'all on here preach. Oh my gosh. Now, how are you able to navigate in the industry as a Christian and not get sidetracked?
So for me, I know the streets is my calling. So, you know, man, the industry for me is not really my role. You know, I think Enz got a little different calling on his. I think for me, man, I love the streets. You know what I mean? I'm the dude who I don't mind doing outreach. You know what I mean? Going into the neighborhoods and man, setting up speakers and man, you know, and allowing God to do his thing. You know, I have, man, done this for 13 years and man, and made a living off of it. You know what I mean? I done made some in my city, man, with people in surrounding areas. They rock with me for the street ministry. That's why, you know, I'm called the street preacher. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, you know, for me, I'm not so caught up in the industry world. You know what I mean? I'm more, man, you can set up out down the street, man. It's work down the street. You know, South Parkway at the corner store is work. You know what I mean? So for me, it's not really an industry thing, you know what I mean? So we posting up with the cars, putting the cars out, setting the speakers up, man, giving out free things and man, just to bake the people in so we can preach the gospel to them and you know, just allow God to have his way.
Now, as of now, you guys are one of the hottest Christian rappers in Memphis.
Yeah,
for sure.
He's a little further than me though.
Really?
Let's just give him his flowers. Like you said, he's been doing this 13 years. I'm 3.5 years in, you know, but he's a little further than me. I'm the new guy on the scene.
Yeah,
you know, I'm coming now, and now I'm hot.
But he grinding.
I'm grinding.
So
you know, I'm hot now.
He pushed his way on up in the front of.
Bless you, man.
Yeah, come on, man.
Bless you, man.
Come on, man.
But he has been in the forefront for a minute. Like he's one of the guys that I seen do the cool stuff as a Christian rapper. Like he got cars on folds and screen rap with his face on in it. I said, man, this man ain't go Christian rapper, he flies. But the whole time, man, he really saved. He just understood culture.
Yeah.
You know, and that's where the church mess up at. Yeah. And just because they see us do something cool, they think it's the devil. No, we got swag. And you ain't gonna call my swag the devil, because I probably pray more than you, you know, but we want to change the face of it. You know, and that's why I think Christian hip hop hadn't hit like that, you know, because everybody want to run away from the gospel, you know, and just want the blessings of this. But if you promote Jesus, he said, if I be lifted up, come on here. If you live Jesus, man, you'll be blessed.
Man, come on.
Christian rap is not a popular genre at all. So how are you guys able to get your buzz in the Memphis music scene?
So for me, I came in like 08. So I caught a great golden era, the CD era. Yeah. So, you know, I mean, I was the one man that, man, you know, when I was in the world, I was grinding in the streets. When I got saved, man, God told me to keep it going. You know what I mean? So I was popping the trunk, swinging out the trunk. You know what I mean? Like my first project, man, we did like 30,000, man, in 2 years.
My God.
So with that, man, I was able to build, man, a foundation. You know what I mean? Of people who supported Fro. You know what I mean? And, you know, a lot of them will tell you they might not support all of Christian rap or gospel rap, but they support those who they put the work out. You know what I mean? And so, man, and it's true, like, you know, gospel rap doesn't really have so much of the platform that's open. You know what I mean? Where you can just mind radio and things like that. So you really got to work. But at the end of the day, man, like Pastor was saying, man, like man, it's one of the things where I can't explain to you how great God will do the impossible. You know what I mean? Like the impossible, man. I hadn't worked a job in 13 years. You feel where I'm coming from? And this is all I have done. And so to see God do the impossible in something that is like, man, you do what for a living? Your wife don't work. This all y'all do? Y'all got a real house. Y'all got real cars. Like that's all y'all do? I never even heard of you. You know what I mean? But man, to see God do the impossible, man, it's awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For me, it's a little bit different because I didn't come in the era he came in. And I had a little experience of the music business anyway from being on the road with major secular artists and just watching the game. So I understood the analytic side. So I kind of skipped some of those processes, which I kind of hate. I missed it. You know what I mean? Because it'll be a little more stability there, you know, but I understand programming. You know, I understand. I work for the radio in Memphis. I play Christian hip hop on the air, so I'm kind of cheap, you know. So even before I was a radio personality, I just put my music on secular radio, you know, and I blend in with them and just put Jesus in it. So, and I buzzed up like that by having relationships. So I went the business way. You know, and just put it in their face, you know, and being a pastor too. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you a pastor with swag, and so you know, it's a God, you know, he was special when he made me. So
not gonna lie, when we instantly got the information and you hit us up, I was like, I gotta check him out. Like, now, Enz, you have a video and song out called "Make Love." Now, a lot of people will say that it's very controversial.
Absolutely.
So could you break down the dynamic of the video? Because if we did not know that you were a pastor, we would just think that it was like
secular artist.
Yes.
Yep. He called and got on me. And this is before we say that, man, it's a blessing to have friends that hold you accountable and want to keep you on the wall of God. I'm grateful for that. But we argued on the phone about an hour about this. You gotta wear. But it's a blessing to have people that ain't scared of you and ain't gonna let you throw your soul away. I'll say that. Now, Make Love was a song that I written about my wife, happily married, love her to death. Hey, babe. And I wanted to show another side of preachers or Christian people or the people that walk in Christendom. And I want everybody to know that, man, we have our days too. But not only that, I don't listen to Marvin Sapp while I'm in the bedroom. I'm not playing Duncan McClurkin. I'm not listening to no Jesus music. I'm just not doing it.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to use me as a vessel to be honest about, man, let me be one of the first people to make a love, even though I'm not the first Christian artist that did it, but I think I'm the first Christian rapper to make a love song and be vivid. You know, to let you know, man, I love my wife. She saved my life. You know, so I wanted to be honest. We had arguments. This is how I make up. Matter of fact, it's better after we argue. Let's argue, you know, because I know it's going to be incredible tonight. And I just wanted to be vivid because they don't.
That's what's up.
You know, I wanted to be honest. Like, when I'm on the road, I be missing my wife, you know. When after an argument, I wish my wife was here to attest to this. I'm over an argument like this. Mm-hmm. She needs some space. Like I'd be, babe, so where we going to eat? You know, so, but I just wanted to show real love and show people that, man, we having sex too. And I can have all the sex I want because I'm married.
Man.
I'm married. Y'all hear that?
I know that's right.
Yeah, I'm married. That was one of the blessings of getting married.
Man.
I got legal sex.
Man, come on.
And I just wanted to be honest. That's all. And it got blew out of proportion because of the perception that it came out. Because the video was real vivid. My wife was okay with the video, but even though and he might disagree with this because we had the same argument. I'm an entertainer. I'm an artist, and I wanted to display my art. And I wanted them to really see a vivid picture of a Christian artist being creative. And God didn't design life for us to live it in a box, but for him to be the real constant. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to show them that as Christian artists, we're creative too.
And I respect that so much because it's just honest. Like you said before, we're not getting into the bedroom listening to Christian music.
Yeah.
So I love the transparency that you showed us in the visual.
I appreciate that. Oh, I took some flack off of that.
I'm sure you did.
I took some flack.
Because we did listen to the lyrics and I was like, ooh.
Yeah. It was some pastors that supported me and behind the scenes, but was like, I see what you're trying to do,
right?
But I can't promote. I love you,
right?
But I can't promote that.
I can't share
that. I can't share that. But I like the song. I like it. That's dope.
I'm telling you.
But I can't promote that. Yeah. Anything else, Enz, I got you. But it didn't hurt my feelings though. You know, long as the people like Fro that call me and then do it behind my back. Yeah. I love it. I'm grateful for that. Let me know you love me.
Yeah, for sure.
You care about me.
No doubt.
You know.
No doubt.
Yeah.
And in all honesty, it's really a song about your wife.
Yeah, I'm married. But I don't wear a ring all the time. You know, we young, so we got necklaces with our faces on it. So we do that. Now she wear her stuff because she want to be fancy, you know, but I don't really, that ain't, you know, that's just something we do. You know, some people would disagree, but I'm married. Publicly, you know, social media, I promote my wife all the time, man. Sure. I love my wife to death, man. My wife saved my life. I love my wife. I promise.
We know.
I love my wife.
She was in the visual. We know.
That wasn't my wife in the visual. That was one of the things that people had an issue with. Like, yo, why let you touch that girl? I'm an entertainer. When Denzel Washington do his movies and he kiss and stuff, don't nobody say nothing. Married man. What's another preacher? There's a bunch of preachers that's acting in movies. Dietrich Haddon had a whole nother wife, kissing or touching the movie. Not to call him out, but he was acting. He's an entertainer. Come on, guys. Job 4:7. Gird up your loins like a man. Let's have some thick skin here.
But we love what you do, and we love it because you're spreading love. Absolutely. And it's not on no negative anything, and you're just trying to do right by God. So we love it.
Absolutely.
Now, Fro, with you, you mentioned that your first project reached over 30,000. How did that happen? And you got to tell me the creative process with that first project.
Man, so really, man, it was, so like I said before, when I was in the world, you know what I mean, I was, you know, Memphis birthed that hustle in me. You know what I mean? It birthed that we ain't trying to go get no deal. We ain't looking, man, we finna get out here. We finna sell them ourselves. We gonna move. We gonna build a fan base person by person. So what I did was, man, I started out Man, I shrink wrapped my colors at the time. I had the colors on 23s when 23s was hot. Shrink wrapped it, man. Put my advertisement on it. Man, I went to the gas station down the street. Man, I was out the trunk. And man, I was realizing, man, I'm, people rocking with me. I thought I was telling God, I said, man, it's gonna be corny. they don't want to hear this, you know what I mean? But it is some people out there that's looking for hope. They looking for light. And so, man, with people who was, man, bro, I see that highway to heaven, man. What is that? And told them I do gospel rap, man. They like, man, let me check it out. Man, and I got Memphis on my back, man. I probably put out about 10,000 of them, and then I started going to little bitty towns outside of Memphis. At the time, God was like, man, we're not going to go to New York and Miami, and he said we're gonna go to little bitty towns right up the street from Memphis. And so, man, I would be in Tunica, Mississippi, man, Grenada, Mississippi, Jackson, Tennessee, just all these little bitty towns. And man, me and my homies, man, we was pushing, man, probably like 100 a day. You know what I mean? 150 a day, man, 200 a day, man, and you calculate that times 5. You know what I mean? And so, man, as I was doing that, I built, a foundation with people who, 3 years later, man, God just did something that was awesome. When you sowing seeds, man, when the harvest come back, it's ugly. You feel me? And so, man, next thing you know, I look up and man, people was calling, trying to see how much it costs to get them to come and rap at this event, come rap at this outreach, come rap at this youth day, just all these positive events. And I never ever thought it would have went this far.
Wow. You
know what I mean? From my first CD, I never thought that, man, I would be 13 years later and this is all I have done. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And so, man, just that consistent grind, pushing every day. You know what I mean? I did it like a job. You know what I mean? While other artists were they were clocking in, man, I would post it up somewhere in the hood. I would post it up somewhere, man, just wherever God told me to go. And man, we would get in the car sometimes and my homies would say, bro, where we going? I'd be like, I don't know, we just finna drive. And then we end up in Somerville, Tennessee. You know what I mean? And next thing you know, you out the trunk, man, and we ran back home like, man, this awesome, man. You know what I mean? So I was able to, man, really take some guys who really wasn't fit with the Holy Spirit, man, and had them around me every day because that was their job. But I watched their life change just being around me. So just that, man, out the trunk, hand to hand, man, building a foundation. Man, that I'm grateful for because it's solid. You know what I mean? I tell people all the time, man, you know, my 4,000 followers are outwork your 20,000 followers because mine are supporters. Mm-hmm. So when I drop, man, I got 500 people that's gonna come and shout with me because they feel like they know me. Yeah. You feel me? They like, Fro, we wanna buy the album where it's at. While you got 20,000, you got 30,000, but you trying to figure out how I'm surviving because my people feel like they know me because I done touched their hands. They feel like we brothers. They feel like, man, that's my little brother right there, man. I saw him at the Sitco. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my little homie. I'm gonna make sure he good. So when I drop, man, I'm gonna support. Yeah. So even the people who support me and bring me to their events, they know, like, they ain't trying to just pat me on my back and be like, man, great job, man, give me a fish plate. Nah, brother, what's the honorarium, bro? What it costs? We got you. Here, write the check. You know what I mean? Because of the hard work. You know what I mean? And I built that foundation. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Now, you mentioned in the beginning of the interview that you've been an independent artist for 13 years. How have you been able to maintain that?
Mm-hmm. So man, really, man, I you know, if I be, you know, all the way, man, I truly believe God has done it. Man, my wife as well, you know what I mean, man, it's been times, man, where, you know, I was like, look, you know what I mean? It ain't that we not getting it. Yeah. Sometimes I just feel like I want to do something else. Yeah. You know, I done had the moments where, you know, man, even with the corona, like I ain't gonna lie to you, 2020, man, that thing, 19 was serious. I mean, my homie called me on the phone. He said, bro, he was down the floor. And then he told me, he said, man, that corona might finna cancel a lot of events. And so I don't really watch the news like that. So I was like, man, we'll see. Next thing you know, people start hitting me saying, bruh, we keep the deposit, man. Like, we gonna cancel this corona thing is, you know what I mean? And so, man, it had times where, man, I really wanted to be like, man, okay, Lord, maybe it's time for me to do something else. But my wife, man, she would always step in and be like, nah, God ain't said that. Wow. And so, man, I watched us go through the pandemic with, man, real house, again, real cars, and I watched God come through. Mm-hmm. And I watched her continue to tell me, man, we're gonna keep pushing. And my Cash App was just, man, ridiculous. I watch, man, Cash App just, man, people just, bruh, 900 here, 800 here, bro. I see, I believe in you, bro. Don't give up, keep going, you know what I mean? So, man, God and my wife, man, and just, man, you know, my kids as well, just knowing that, you know, I got to keep pushing for the kingdom as well, so.
Now, I know since you've been doing it for 13 years, do you ever think that you would consider signing to an actual label?
I mean, you know, the only deal I had never heard that was just super great was the Master P deal. You know what I mean? And for me, man, that thing got to really make sense. You know what I'm saying? Cause I ain't trying to toot the horn, but man, if you come to my house, you know what I mean, I live like a rapper. You know what I mean? Like for real. Like I'm not even gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? We 5,000 square feet, 5-car garage, and it wasn't us chasing the money. It was just us chasing God, and God just dropped these things in my lap. You feel me? And so for me, man, it's not this thing of, man, you know, I'm trying to get a deal so I can get some money. So for me, it got to really make sense. God got to be in it all the way. The kingdom got to be. It's not about the dollar. You can't come to me and, bro, I got 20,000, bro. I wanna it gotta really make sense. The kingdom gotta be the reason that we're doing it. You know what I mean? It's not for the money. So for me, man, a deal, it really would have to make sense. It really has to, push the kingdom. It can't be one of them things where you think just because I got this going that, man, you're going to come and hit me with a little something and then take out my masters and take out my points. And then I'm sitting back looking like, bruh. And you like, well, bro, I got you 20 bands, man. You know what I'm saying? You good, ain't you? Like, nah. You know what I mean? So for me, it really would have to make a whole lot of sense. A whole lot of sense. You know what I mean?
And Enz, are you independent right now?
I'm independent. I'm signing myself. Along with my brother. I'm signing with my brother.
Oh, what's your label called?
Jesus Gang, His Way Entertainment.
And how long have you guys had that for?
Jesus Gang was originally mine, and I kind of signed it over to my brother. And he had His Way Entertainment for a while, and we just merged them together.
I love that. So what type of artist would you say y'all would want to come on the label?
Me?
Yes.
To be honest, we got everything. Well, we got R&B singers. You know, I love the music game. Like, I'm really in love with music. So it's not just the Christian music. That's just what God has called me to do. But you would be surprised the artists in Memphis that we write music for. There's
Are y'all allowed to tell us?
No.
Okay.
You know, but you would be surprised the people who we're penning for, producing for. So we got producers, rappers. I got a whole little goon squad. But I'm so grateful for them because they all humble, and everybody know the goal is Enz right now. Ain't nobody playing tug of war with the spotlight, and that makes me at ease as a leader and as an artist because I don't got to fight with none of them. Everybody love me. When I get on social media in the morning and I'm watching my team, I see my face on their page more than I'm on my own stuff. So it's stuff like that just makes me feel incredible as a leader. And I just think that leaders birth other leaders. And as leaders, you got to know when to digress instead of focusing on progress. Real leaders be other people. And right now, I'm grateful because my little gang is something serious. And all of them doper than me. And for them to even get behind me just makes me feel incredible.
Now, I love that the beats are still trapped out.
Yeah.
Now, why did you guys decide to still keep that trap sound within y'all's music?
For me, the other sound just don't sound good. Let's just call it what it is. It's whack. I don't like whack beats. Little baby beats ain't whack. Why you want to get a Christian rapper beats whack? I want some Zaytoven beats too. I want some Trump Squad. They're my favorite producers. It sound better. It's a relevant sound. And how can you reach a generation with 8-ball MJG beats? Not knocking them. That's just what we bumped then. It's 2021. Man, we need some 808s.
Y'all need that Pooh Shiesty.
I need that. Big brr. We need it. How we gonna save them folks and Pooh Shiesty bumping on them beat, killing them folks? We need some of them beats.
They killing them.
Yeah, he killing them. So I'm trying to go and pump some life back into him. He trying to get it back in blood. I'm trying to introduce him to the blood.
Right.
Oh my
Or
God.
my blood.
Right, I'm
trying to get him saved. We love Pushashes.
For sure, we need to talk to you. We need to talk to you.
Pull up on me, man. Pull up at
I
church.
love it, man.
You can put your backwood out on the parking lot.
You know
Pull
what
up
I'm
on me,
saying?
man. We're gonna get you right.
Like a change light.
Now, what upcoming projects do you guys both have in the works or singles?
I actually got one coming out May 23rd. It's called Painfully Relevant. All digital platforms. Y'all make sure y'all go get that.
Yeah,
For sure.
So for me, man, we dropping our Street Preachers this year. We on Street Preacher Volume 4. So we just gonna run them all the way down to the end of the year. You know what I mean? So, man, same thing. Our platforms, Fro, UKNOWFRO. Man, you can find it, man. Everything. You know what I mean? Just type that in there.
Now, what would you say with both of y'all's projects dropping? What is the message that you want people to grasp once they finish listening to the project?
Well, for me, I call this album Painfully Relevant. Pastor in our city by the name of Pastor Donald Johnson, he told me this. He said, Pastor, you're painfully relevant. And he said, people not gonna understand you until they hear you open your mouth. Because looking at you, you don't look like you possess the wisdom that you got. And and they'll prejudge you. But we need people like you. Because it's just some places you can go that I ain't going. There's some people you can reach that I just can't get. And and for me, this whole album, because of the backlash I've been getting, and I just wanted to show them, not necessarily, I'm not trying to argue with people, but I want to show them that I'm really saved. But not only am I saved, but I'm best of both worlds. I'm trapped and sanctified. And sanctified only means to be set apart. I'm different from everybody else. I'm nothing like them. You never seen nothing like this before. And and I want them to know that you can love God. You can have charisma, man, but still live right.
Yeah.
That's it.
I love that.
Yeah.
And what about for you, Fro?
Man, God is real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I want people to know that He's real. You know what I mean? He's an awesome God. He's a loving God. He's a forgiving God, man.
Yeah.
Like, man, He rock with you. He just wants you to live right too, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just, I want people to get that man, man, we only got so much time. You know what I mean? And that they see that, man, when that time is up, man, I wanna be with the Lord. You feel me? And I hear this so much at funerals, man. We be telling everybody they gonna be with the Lord, but it's like, man,
somebody lying.
Man, somebody lying. You know what I mean? It ain't the scriptures. You feel me? So man, I know that, man. I want people to know that He real, He love, but He mean business too. You know what I mean? He mean business. He ain't just sitting back cool with you living both ways, both sides of the fence. He ain't cool with it. And that's why with my ministry, my music, it can be convicted. You know what I mean? Because that's what I want to make sure people get. Because man, I got love for the people. You know what I mean? Especially in the streets, man. I understand women been raped and molested, man, and man, all of that. So we all got issues.
Yeah.
But man, God can do it. So I want people to, man, realize that, man, God is it, man. God is who He say He is. He's Alpha and Omega. He's the beginning and the end. Yeah. So, man, when it all boils down to it, you got to meet Him. And the worst thing you want to hear from Him is depart from me. I never knew you. So,
come on, preacher.
Come on.
Elbow gotta be happy there.
Come on.
Now, before we wrap up the interview, do you guys have any last words or shout outs to your home team?
Man, shout out to my wife, man, Stacy Johnson, man. Memphis, man. Shout out to the city, man. Shout out my pastor, Pastor Myron Thomas, man. Man, shout out to my homie DG. Man, I'm just grateful. My kids, you know what I mean? I'm just grateful. So, yeah, for sure. Innovation Church, what's up with you?
You better put your pastor on,
man. Come on.
Look, man, shout out to my whole team, man. Christ Light, Low Santana, JD Gray, man, CJ Dixon, man. Everybody, y'all know what it is, man. Pastor T, man, we're popping. Shout out to my beautiful wife. She at the hotel waiting on me. I think she trying to go spend some money anyway, but y'all keep supporting Jesus, gang, man. I'm gonna keep putting Jesus in their face. No cap.
I I went from the rag to rich to fact. Now fishing no fans and now got they paying attention. Put on for my city, you know I'ma get it. You can't get distracted when you on a mission. On the